maybe let's roll the windows up so we don't have all the noise.
Yeah, no worries.
So what's your name?
My name's Michael Loving.
Michael what?
Loving.
Loving, okay, cool.
Yeah, Loving.
Yeah, throw the seatbelt on because otherwise it'll freak out. And then you put the stalk all the way down to put it in drive. There you go. And then just give it a little.
Hell yeah.
And then once we turn out here, just turn to the right, just kind of step on it, see what you think.
Yeah, I can already tell you it slows itself down without trying.
Yeah. That's a regenerative braking. When it slows down, it's putting power back into the battery. Now let's let this guy get out of the way, and then if you'll just... there.
I assumed he'd probably turn off.
I thought he would too, but I guess
Oh, no, he's going to turn right there. We'll wait on him.
Yeah.
Wait on him for a quick second.
As long as nobody's behind us, I don't think there is.
No, there's nobody. We can go ahead and go for it. Holy...
Step on it all the way,
right.
man.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Don't get a ticket.
I'm not going to lie, bro. Oh, shit. That was good. I didn't expect that. I won't lie.
Just turn around, dude, on the way back.
Oh, man. All right, well, now that I know what to expect. Wow. All right, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty beautiful right there. That makes you think twice about a Mazda. That's freaking awesome.
That's hilarious.
Did you do the same thing with those people?
Well, I let them drive it, but I wasn't in with them to tell them to step on it, so they didn't step on it. They just drove it like normal. I was like, that's lame. You guys should have stepped on it.
Oh, hell no. That was perfect. That was perfect. And then I didn't even have to hit the brake right there.
Yeah.
That basically stopped itself.
Just push this button on the end. That's park, and that's good.
Oh, wow.
Well, it has happened to me. I was drafting behind a trailer and looking down at the screen, trying to figure out my next pull-off location. Anyway, so he pulled over for some debris in the road. Like, it looked like a bumper or something, some small, I don't know. And since I was like not, I was looking at the map, I looked up, saw him pulling over, didn't know why. Once he got pulled over, I saw why, but like, it's, I can't randomly just swing over without any kind of making sure nobody's in the lane beside me, that kind of stuff. So anyway, I hit whatever that debris was, and I have a flat tire. So now I can test roadside assistance, but I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I'm like 89 miles roughly, or 80 miles east of Denver. So I'm just out in the middle of nowhere. So I've already requested that they roadside assistance, and we'll see what happens. Ended up calling Tesla, and they were willing to pay for, I think it's 50 miles they provide roadside assistance from a service center. So they were willing to take me back, get a tow truck to take me all the way back, to wherever it was, south of Denver, 120 some miles away. And but I would have had to pay the difference for, the miles that was beyond the 50 miles they cover. And I didn't talk to him about the trailer, but that would have been a hassle, and where would have I stayed? And I would have been backtracking, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, screw all that. So I just got a local tow truck, and he pulled the trailer with the tow truck back. And they ended up getting somebody to drive the trailer for me from the tow truck place over to to a nearby campground. So I spent the night, ended up buying 2 new tires so that they'd be equal size, at least on that axle. And they had to order those tires in because I was, in the middle of nowhere. They don't carry those tires. So basically it was a 24-hour, delay from when I got the flat tire to when I was driving again. But I had work to do. So as it turns out, it didn't really, it was probably good to stop and kind of get some work done. So it worked out. I also camped next to this guy that you'll see in the picture. I'll put his Instagram on there. He was a super cool guy, fun to talk to, from the Nashville area. So anyway, that ended up being fun talking to him. All right, I'm pulling into Chapman Creek RV Park. I've never been here before. Made my reservation online about 45 minutes ago. Let's see what this is like.
Now your destination is on the right.
Park
Waiting for check-in only. 24-hour check-in here. Interesting. They got the old kiosk in there. Let's go handle that. So as you can see, it says 24-hour check-in here. I'm gonna come in here. So you can just make your reservation here, but that's interesting. What if I already have a reservation? Then how do I check in? I guess I'm already good because I already have a reservation. So, right in the morning, sailors take warning. 7 a.m. Union Chapman Creek RV. Gonna get down the road. All right, so I drove through Kansas on the interstate, drove through Missouri on the interstate, all very successful. Had a little bit of a tailwind that helped, I'm sure, and I drug behind trucks the whole way. About 65 miles an hour. Had about 500, between 500 and 550 watt hours per mile, so it's gone well. I'm back in Illinois. I'm back between Mount Vernon, Illinois and Cudawa, Kentucky. And I'm doing back roads again because there was a little bit of a headwind, and it's just kind of a no-brainer because it's shorter distance and less speed, and there may not be as many trucks and blah blah blah. And the overall distance is 128 miles, so it's a stretch. Anyway, all that being said, I don't know what might be freaking out, but I have turned off trailer mode, even though I do still have the trailer, and have put it in autopilot because this section is so freaking boring and there's nobody else on the road at all. So it's just really, really hard to just so boring. I just need autopilot to survive. I'm going the speed limit. I'm locked in on the speed limit. Right now it's 45. When it goes back to 55, I'll bump it back up. But autopilot is just a stinking lifesaver in this situation, and just can't go without it. So you can see, like, it's showing the trailer behind me, and I hope it's not freaking out too bad showing that behind me since it's not in trailer mode. But had to do what I had to do, man. I just couldn't take it anymore. Just knowing it was there and available and not using it was killing me. So autopilot it is until I get back on the interstate, and then I'll let it go. This must be a new Model 3 owner. He pulled into two different spots, halfway pulled into two different spots, then finally picked a spot that doesn't work because he's too far over. So he has to move again. Oh, and now he's just gonna leave. He just left. I accidentally took a picture of him. That was unintentional. Where the heck did he go? Oh man, that's funny stuff. I just figured out what he was doing. He was looking for a place to park to spend the night. I don't think he would have had any trouble if he'd parked there because it looks like he's right by the station. I certainly wouldn't have called him in, and I don't judge. It's just funny because I didn't understand what he was doing. And I was like, what the heck? Why do you keep backing up and then not staying? But he's just kind of looking for a spot where he's inconspicuous.
Hey guys, I didn't do a good job of documenting the rest of my trip home, but I left Cudawa, Kentucky at about 1 a.m. roughly. Started going, was planning on staying on the interstate, but very quickly there was, I don't know, an accident or something. Anyway, Google rerouted me to a back road. Went on the back road, ran into a cop out there that was like, don't go this way. We have another accident out here. And I don't know why Google's routing everybody this way. But anyway, I couldn't go back, right? Because I can't backtrack. I have to keep going forward. So I asked if there was if I could kind of go around on some other back roads. And he said, yeah, if you want to. I wouldn't suggest it with the trailer, but if you want to, you can. So I did. Ended up being fine. So I did back roads like a good ways down, maybe about here. I got back on the interstate, got all the way into Nashville. It's super late. I mean, I'd been driving since like 7 in the morning, and it's 2 in the morning or something. Or after Nashville, it's like 3 in the morning. man, I put that thing back on autopilot, and I was doing about 65 on the interstate. Course at 3 in the morning, there was nobody on the interstate, and I was getting so, like, my eyes were getting tired. I have really bad night vision. They were just like hurting. I put it in autopilot, and I was like, man, that might make me more at risk for going to sleep. But I focused on staying awake, but it actually like rested my eyes instead of having to like look at the lines and make sure I was staying, in my lane. Autopilot did that. And so my eyes actually rested and I was more awake and like less strained, if that makes sense. So anyway, did autopilot for the vast majority all the way to Mont Eagle. Of course, not up the mountain itself, but anyway, and I had to stop in Manchester and charge there too. So I got to the top of Mont Eagles around 5:30, 6 a.m. I think it was 6 a.m. There was a slow charger up there at like a visitor center or something like that I found on PlugShare. So I stopped there, plugged in, and slept for like 3 or 4 hours or something like that. Not real long, I don't remember. And then drove the rest of the way home to complete my trip.
Rest in peace, the electric road trip. We are taking the stickers off. All right, guys, now that the trip is over, what's next? Got a couple things for you. Next video is going to be pulling a jet ski just to see what the range effects are of pulling a jet ski. My son and I are going to go on a little trip. After that, put in the comments if you'd like to see a video on investing in Tesla. I'd like to do that. I'd like to squeeze that in. And then after that, I am going to be transitioning to an entire new idea, which is building a solar powered pontoon boat. So let's see what we got. Going outside here, have the view from a little further away. I've got the pontoon boat, this thing down here in the bottom on the ground here. That's actually a upper deck without the decking on it. I'm going to use to put my solar panels on. Let me run down there real quick. So these guys are the things that hold up that upper deck. And let's take a look here at the boat. We've got this trolling motor that came with it. Don't know if it works or not. So one thing that's kind of sad about this boat is it's almost, you could just use it as is. I mean, it's a piece of junk, but you could pressure wash the carpet and just go with it. Floor's not too soft. But since I'm going to be, putting a ton of money into this thing with batteries and electric motor, my plan is to do a 50 horse electric motor and about 20 to 28 kilowatt hours of batteries if it all comes together. So can't be putting that on a boat. So I am going to literally tear this whole thing down, get rid of all these seats, get rid of all this decking, and completely rebuild the boat with new decking, new everything. And a 50 horse electric motor and a ton of solar panels. So it's gonna be a big project. So definitely follow along. It's got a 40 horse motor on it now that does not work, according to the seller. I paid $2,400 for this thing. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. Right now, a bunch of piece of junk pontoon boats are going for actually more than that, so maybe I got an okay deal. Well, anyway, it's gonna be a ton of work. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so you guys will definitely want to watch and comment and make fun of me and all that kind of stuff.